Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Byoungho. I'm the current esports manager of Korea Professional Football League, also known as K-League. Most of all, I would like to express many thanks to IESF for giving K-League an opportunity to be invited over to this amazing conference. I actually used to get involved with CASPA before I joined this organization, so I have come to take part in this event a couple times before. But as it is my first time to be here as a speaker on behalf of K-League, it's personally a big privilege. But it's quite unfortunate that this event is not as same as it used to be because of COVID-19. So it's quite awkward to speak without any audiences, but I'll try to do my best. So today, what I'm going to talk about is how K-League has developed and created new opportunities and synergies between esports and football. I'm not sure how many of you guys know that we have our own official esports competition called the EK League. We launched this event in October, and it actually is still ongoing. It goes all the way until next year, next January. So as we prepare for this event, we have witnessed and experienced a lot of great opportunities that can be so much beneficial for esports community and the football community. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, walking you guys through our community, EA Sports FIFA series, and EK League. So without any question or without any doubt, football is the most popular sport all around the world. Maybe because it is one of the easiest sports to play, and it's one of the oldest sports. As far as you have a ball, you just can play with a number of people, no matter how many people you're playing together. So as you can see all these figures, the football community is very strong, very huge, and it can make a great impact on our society. Looking into the Korean market, not only football, but esports is also very popular among millennials. South Korea is considered as the epicenter of esports because of the unique infrastructure, which is the internet cafes. As you guys all know, PC-bang culture has been really long, and a lot of young students go to PC-bang to play together, socialize, and make great friends all there. So we are able to take advantage of this kind of infrastructure and resources when we prepare for EK League. When it comes to our fans, one of the interesting things that we have found is that our football fans are not so much different from esports fans. Our fans are very young, mostly 10s and 20s, even though our age groups are well spread out, and our fans are so much disoriented. Interestingly, our fans actually enjoy playing video games on a regular basis, and they are social media users. And also, our fans are very much loyal to the teams that they're rooting for. They love to be bonded and group together and chant, root for the teams. So our fans are really great assets for us, and obviously it is really great assets for our potential partners and our current partners. A little bit about EA Sports FIFA series. According to Electronic Arts, around 60 nations are participating in the official FIFA esports competitions. And when you look at the number of users, 260 million people play FIFA series all around the world. And 150 million people play FIFA Online 4, which is actually a lot higher than what we actually expected it to be. And as compared to other sport-themed video games, FIFA has been the top of the sport-themed video games among other competitors. And if you look at the domestic market, FIFA Online 4 has been always like between second and fourth in the PC-bang popularity rank. With all the unique characteristics that I just mentioned, Electronic Arts and FIFA are closely working together in order to build up their own official esports ecosystem. And they're trying to expand their esports in collaboration with a number of professional football leagues. As you can see, a bunch of professional football leagues are running their own official esports competitions. And K-League is also trying to catch up with this international trend, even though we are a bit late. But EK League is the very first E-League using the FIFA Online 4 game title. So it is the EK League, and it's our official esports tournament, and we have been preparing for this event for a while, and we finally launched this event in October. So, as I already mentioned again, it started in October and it's still ongoing, and it goes all the way until next January. Our initial plan was to run this event utilizing the internet cafes and PC bangs that are accredited by the Korean government. But due to COVID-19, we ended up running this event online until phase 2. And then we are going to host a live event at the Africa Free Cup studio for the phase 3. And a number of stakeholders in the esports community, such as Caspa Africa TV, Electronic Arts, Nexon, are so much supportive of our esports event. And it is the event for anyone to participate in as far as they're a big fan of football. So either you are amateur or professional, they all can join and enjoy. So here's a little bit about the structure, how EK League works. As you can see here, every single club is hosting its own official esports tournament to select the team that is going to represent their clubs. And once they finish this process, which we did last week, all the representative teams are going to be broken down into 4 different groups. So, and then they're going to run the group stage. So, based on the result of the group stage, top 2 teams of each group are going to make it to phase 3, which is tournament. And whichever team is going to be the champion of EK League is going to be given a chance to take part in EACC Korea Team Selection Tournament. And then it goes all the way up to FIFA E-Continental Cup. So I have briefly talked about our community and EA Sports FIFA series and what EK League is. As I already mentioned during the presentation, while we are preparing for EK League, we have closely worked together with a number of esports stakeholders, associations, broadcast network, and game developers. And then we have achieved a lot of opportunities and witnessed the possibilities that can be beneficial, not only for esports community and for our community. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the opportunities for both of them. So for opportunities for the esports community, so one of the strengths that our league has, one of the strengths is that our league has 22 K-League clubs that are all across the nations. As I already mentioned during the presentation, every single club hosts its own official esports tournament. So basically, we're able to reach out to all the gamers and all the football fans all across the nation. So we basically hosted nationwide esports competitions. And we believe that this kind of structure has made a great, huge contribution to the growth of esports and expansion of FIFA Online 4. And our league has been more than 20 years and almost 30 years. And then we have accumulated our expertise in league operations. We have went through a lot of trials and errors, conflicts, issues, legal issues among a bunch of different stakeholders. So everything that we have went through has become a great asset for EK League. And it includes a bunch of things: player registrations, policies, rules, and data management. And even though EK League is not like legit professional esports competitions, we still were able to provide a chance for the gamers to take a little bit of a taste of what it is like to become professional players. Because eventually, we are the professional football league, and every single club that is a part of our organization is also a professional sport team. So basically, whoever is going to be the representative team is going to be arranged for me to interview. They get uniforms, and they get invited not only to K-League teams, but also to our league events. And they are also exposed to numerous channels in our social media, in our social media. And the most importantly, they get supported from the K-League fans when once the EK League starts. And for league promotions, as you can see all the pictures on the right side, it's all the social media posts uploaded by K-League teams. So one of the strengths that we have is that we are on the same page, and we make a move all together. So when our league makes an announcement, then our teams are following our steps, so that we can make a great impact on the community. So we are able to maximize the media exposure by hosting this event. And we believe that eventually EK League is going to be the foothold for expanding player base and finding new talents. A lot of amateur esports players are looking for a chance to demonstrate their abilities and their skill sets. And through EK League, they're going to be given a chance to compete against the top players, such as like great amateur players and professional players. And eventually they're going to have a chance to have a conversation with the professional teams. So and as we are going to host this event on an annual basis, and we are so that it's going to be a really great. We're going to make a great contribution to a stable ecosystem of FIFA Online for esports. Not only has these collaborations created great opportunities for esports community, but we also have gained great benefits. One of the key benefits for K-League was that we are able to reinforce our fan engagement. Fan engagement is one of the most important parts in professional sports. Without fans, professional sports don't exist. And through EK League, we created an opportunity for a lot of fans to get emotional ties and participate in the whatever events that we hosted. So it was basically, EK League was a really great fan engagement activity. And through this event, we brought a lot of gamers into K-League so that they became a little bit knowledgeable of what K-League is and what kind of players are there. And EK League has allowed us to create a lot of great opportunities, like learning opportunities, because EK League requires gamers to use in-game, like K-League players in-game. So they obviously had to do some research to figure out which player is good for this position and that position, and so on and so forth. So basically, it was really, it made us really easy to bring new fans into K League. And EK League also has produced a lot of great content with the new commentators, and we created the stories about players. We created the images and videos. And our league was also exposed in the numerous channels, not only in the football section, but also in the esports sections. And lastly, we have created a lot of sponsorship opportunities. We are able to reinforce the relationship with our existing sponsors, and we are able to reach out to new sponsors because we eventually have developed our marketing assets. So even though we already acquired some sponsors for EK League, we're still currently discussing with new partners for the title sponsorship. So eventually, the thing that I want to talk is that esports and traditional sports are not so much different. They both seek for fair competition, and we can see young community, and we can feel increasing popularity and viewership, and you can find hard work and determination from athletes and professional gamers. And both of us have a similar ecosystem, and we both have a great investment value. So therefore, I believe that the convergence between esports and football, or esports and traditional sports, will eventually make both of us grow bigger, because each community has its own strength. More specifically, when it comes to football, or it could be considered as a traditional sport, we do have a great governance system. As I already mentioned, for K-League, we have teams all across the nation. But for traditional sport associations, they have a lot of like local branches that are affiliated with their local government, which creates a lot of great resources that esports can take advantage of. And sport has great social values, and it can make a great positive impact on our society. So it can make a great social perception. I mean, esports exponentially has been growing, and it's one of the fastest growing industries, and a lot of young kids are into it. But still, negative view of competitive gaming still exists. So involvement with traditional sports could change the way people see esports in a more positive way. And football has great a number of fan base. And esports also has a great fan base. Through the collaboration, we believe that they can share together, and it's going to result in the inflow of new fans. And for esports, it has a lot of like digital assets, very digital oriented. And those digital assets that can be capitalized on in football as well, such as virtual advertisement and other digital assets. So hopefully, hope to see more collaborations and the convergence between esports and traditional sports. And this is pretty much like all I have today. And hopefully my presentation can be as much beneficial, useful for all of you guys that are watching this channel. Thank you.
Thank you, Byoungho. I think we all learned a lot from your interesting presentation, so thank you very much for that. And now we're ready for your questions. Online, wherever you are, feel free to submit your questions either through the IESF homepage, or we'll also be taking a look at some of the questions in the YouTube chat room. So if you have any questions for Mr. Byoungho, please leave your questions there, and we will have an opportunity to ask him some questions. So let's go ahead and look at the first one of the questions that you all have left us. Question number one is, how can the success of EK League help in promoting K-League, the Korean Professional Football League itself?
Okay, so thank you for the questions, a nice introduction. I mean, as I already mentioned during the presentation, EK League itself is the virtual representation of K-League. And one of the things that the people have to know is that if you participate in EK League, they are required to use the K-League players in-game. And one of the things that we have found through this event is that a lot of gamers who have never experienced the K-League before participated in this project, in this competitions. So we got a lot of questions, and they asked about like a lot of K-League players, which players in K-League and so on and so forth. And also they asked us about like which teams and what teams are available and sort of that kind of things. So I believe that EK League eventually provided kind of like a learning experiences for them to be more familiar with the K League. So eventually, I think that once they experience what EK League is, then they're probably going to be familiar with K League, and eventually they're going to come to stadium to watch the K League players.
Thank you very much. Let's see if we have a second question ready for you. All right, it looks like question number 2. What other traditional sports besides football or soccer are doing something similar to K-League? Or what other traditional sports do you think could effectively collaborate with esports?
That's a very hard question, but well, based on my experience in the past, I mean, so maybe, well, it's quite a hard question. I mean, well, as far as I know, like the cycling is one of the sports that are working together with the esports community. I mean, as cycling, there's a device that people just can have easily, have easy access to. So it's a kind of like a record sport. So it doesn't necessarily have to you have to go outside and ride the cycling, but you just can do that inside the gym. So that's one of the things that the International Cycling Union is currently working on. And also the basketball they're currently doing something with well, I mean the NBA. They're doing something with the NBA 2K, and MLB and a bunch of like other professional sport leagues are trying to work together with the game community. And then also one of the things that I have come across is that the KBO is also doing something with the game called the Magu Magu. So yeah, that's the sort of things that I just can mention right now.
Thank you very much. Many exciting opportunities for convergence between traditional sports
Yeah, I
and
strongly agree with that. Yeah.
So let's take another question that you all have left in chat today. Does K-League have any plans to expand the EK League to the global market?
Yeah, for sure. Nowadays, a lot of like professional football leagues, such as La Liga especially, they're doing like international La Liga esports competition nowadays, because they also know that through hosting those kind of international competition, they can promote their league to the international market. So in the same way, we are also, once we stabilize our EK League, then we're going to host this event for the international audiences. So the rules are going to be the same. So people are going to have to follow the requirement of playing, the K-League players in game. So then we believe that is going to help them to learn about K-League as well. So we're going to host those events on a regular basis. And these days, there are a lot of like online match platforms that we can just use. So a lot of people can easily participate in whatever competition we're going to host. So yeah, definitely we have a plan to expand EK League internationally.
It's very exciting. Thank you all for submitting your questions. You'll be able to do this during the entire GEES20, so continue submitting those and we'll keep taking a look at those and asking them during our Q&A sessions. Let's take a look at another question from online. Do you think the relationship between K-League and esports is more beneficial for K-League or esports or both?
Yeah, definitely. Well, as I already mentioned during the presentation, I think it's going to benefit both of us. As I already said, we have a great governing body system. We have 22 teams all across the nation. So we can create the stable esports competition structure. We can, continue to host it on an annual basis. If you look at the esports industry, it tends to be affected by how popular that game title is. So once the game is not popular enough, then the number of esports competitions is decreasing. Whereas sporting video games like us, it's still ongoing. New players come out, and we, with the resources that we already have, we can continue to create and host the event. So we believe that we can make a great contribution to expansion of FIFA Online 4 in South Korea. And for us, as I already said earlier, we can bring a lot of new fans into K-League, and it's a really great platform for us to reach out to those who have never experienced K-League.
Thank you very much. Looks like we have another question submitted online. What advice would you give to traditional sports executives who want to develop a presence in the esports world, like K-League has done with EK League?
I think that it's very important to understand the young community right now, and a lot of young community is so much into esports, and they're more interested in the esports than traditional sports. And one of the biggest concerns that we currently have is that the number of fans is actually decreasing because once again, a lot of young kids are going to esports. So all the executive members really need to know about that social trend, international trend. So therefore, a lot of like professional sports are collaborating with the esports community, like the Fortnite in NFL and that sort of things that you're probably going to saw already. So the advice that I want to give is that I just would like all the executives to be more open-minded and to embrace the unique characteristics of esports. just because we're professional football leagues doesn't necessarily mean that we, have to deal with the football games only. I mean, nowadays, if you look at the other professional sport teams or football teams, like Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain, they have like esports teams that are participating in different game title competitions, such as League of Legends, Supercell, and so on and so forth. And everyone is doing that because they want to get more engaged with the new young kids. So I think the openness is very important for those the executive members. So that the convergence is going to make a great positive impact on both communities.
Absolutely, that's an excellent point. Looks like we have another question submitted online. How do suppliers who want to support live event fan engagement and revenue maximization get in touch with the K-League Live Event Operations Director? Did you write this question? How can they get in touch with the K-League Live Event Operations Director? So if there are other suppliers who want to support the live event fan engagement or revenue maximization, how can they get in touch with the K-League Event Operations Director?
Okay, so basically, whoever is interested in supporting EK-League, K-League, you can just feel free to reach out to me directly.
Okay.
Yeah, so that I can, just, take a sit and have a further conversations on how to maximize the, the benefits of sponsorship or the partnership. As I already mentioned, our event is a nationwide esports event, and I already mentioned about all the social media posts and the press release and everything. Even though it was like amateur competition, a lot of professional players, signed up for this event. A lot of like great amateur players and football fans, they all like joined to participate in K-League, EK League. So the media exposure is guaranteed, and I can definitely support them with all the resources we have. So just feel free to reach out to me so that we can make a further discussions.
Okay, all right, simple enough. That's going to do it for our question and answer session. So once again, a huge thanks not only to everyone online for submitting all of your wonderful questions, but also to Mr. Kang Byoungho for his wonderfully informative answers and for your keynote speech. So thank you all for watching and for submitting your questions. Now we're going to take a short 15-minute break, and when we return, we'll have the first panel discussion of GEES20. It's entitled, Bringing Our Esports and Traditional Sports Communities Together.
Thank you.